are now tuning in to the Core Focus Podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining us today. I'm your host, Alyssa Simmons, and joining us remotely, I have my co-host, Ryan Wright.
What's going on?
We also have Miss Savannah Johnson.
Hi.
And Mr. Aaron Wilson.
Hi there. Nice to be here.
So today for our topic, we are going to be focusing in on school. So to jumpstart us, first of all, I would like to ask if you guys would like to share what academic grade you're currently in.
Currently, right now, I'm a junior in college.
I am a rising senior in college.
Ryan?
And I am an incoming sophomore or rising sophomore at California State University of Fullerton.
Plugging the school and everything. And I am a second year, but a junior. It's complicated at Loyola Marymount University. So our first question, I guess, to start us off, I would ask you guys, how has your overall academic journey been so far?
Oh, that's quite the question. Growing up, I've had a lot of difficulty in some of my skills. For example, like there was a point in my elementary school years where I was like really good at writing and really good at reading and really good at math, and it stayed like that for a while. But then towards the end, my reading ability and my writing ability became better than my math ability. And it stayed like that for a very, very long time. And then when I went to high school, my ability to do math just dropped off, just off the face of the earth. like, bro, when I was, actually, we won't get into that, but it was very scary when I had to take the SAT because I really wanted to get into a really good college. So I was like, oh snap, this is freaking me out. Like all throughout my high school and middle school career, like reading and writing was what I was good at. That's what I wanted to do. But when it came to doing any form of math, I would panic under pressure because I knew that wasn't my strong suit. Luckily, I got to the college that I wanted to go to, and I'm still surviving, but every time somebody tells me to do something math-wise, I freak out.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Somebody
I did not sign up for this.
Somebody said divide fractions, and I went.
He's like, no, give me a reading quiz.
Yeah.
Savannah.
School has been a journey in itself, highs and lows, but yeah, I definitely struggled in school for sure. I have a learning disability, so that definitely impacted like my school, especially when it came to applying to colleges and stuff, because of like some of the classes I was in a lot of general ed classes, but like it was math, like Aaron was saying. Like I was so worried, especially when I got to high school. I was like, okay, like will I be able to get into college like with the math classes I'm taking? And luckily I am in college and in a 4-year institution, and I'm on my way out. So yeah, it's God bless Jesus for getting me through school. Math, 100% not my thing. Like, if they ask me a question, I'll be like, absolutely, positively no. So
it's our mutual. Ryan is the math whiz. Ryan's pretty good at math.
We're like,
let's just read.
Give me a reading question. I can tell you what a verb is.
Ryan.
Yeah. Math is my strongest subject, basically, overall. Math and a little bit of science, except I like math more. It's just more practical. Science, I can't stand science because there's a whole lot of other. It's like math, but then it just goes like left. But overall, my academic journey has been pretty good. I've always enjoyed math the most. History the least, because it just bores me to death. It just does, But starting off my freshman year of college, I would say overall it was strong. I think with the whole pandemic shutting down and everything going on in the world, academic wise, it helped me to tone in on my studies more and be actually one with my studies and me and my class and whatnot. But compared to high school, it was just all these variables going on. My social life, my extracurriculars, my academics. But now, this past year, it's just really been me and my academics with a little bit of social life. But that's been my academic journey so far. But I'm definitely looking forward to the future and what the future holds for me at Cal State Fullerton, and just not beyond academics, all the opportunities that the school will have for me, and the clubs I'm in with MSI and whatnot. So that's been my academic journey so far.
Awesome. Honestly, the same for me. Whenever someone asks me this question, I'm like, it's 13 years of school. Like, how do you think it has been? It's been long. But it's definitely been worth it. And I think, honestly, the academic aspect, of course, is like our main focus, but also just school in general has definitely been such an interesting journey for me. Highs, lows, in betweens. I think I've been able to stay grounded because I always kind of knew like where I wanted to be in life. So I made sure that my academics were my top priority at all times. That may be okay. I may have fallen off every now and then, but I tried to prioritize my academics the best that I could at the time. So yeah, it's definitely been a nice one. I'm looking forward to grad school and everything. But right now I'm just trying to enjoy my undergraduate because I haven't even really had a first year. So this upcoming year I'll really have actual experience. I know, COVID. I know.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot.
Kind of forgot, but yeah, this upcoming year I'm very excited to, I guess, kind of continue in my academic journey and see where it takes me because it's definitely been a long journey for all of us, I think.
No,
go ahead.
I can truly say I only had to do school during COVID once. I was able to go back and do in-person instruction half of the time, and then I'd be on Zoom the other times. But I can say that it does go by very fast. And I encourage you three to enjoy it and have fun too. I think that's something I kind of had to have a constant reminder of, that although school is important, you gotta live your life too, and everything, and whatever that case is, but really have fun too, whatever that is, because the people you meet oftentimes are those that you will have as lifelong friends, and you'll be alongside of them through any memories you guys make in different phases in life too.
I think Savannah already kind of moved us towards that question, but my next question actually was going to be how you guys do that. So how do you balance your relationships with your peers, even your teachers for that matter, while you're in your academic journey? Well,
in the university, the relationships that you build with your professors are one-dimensional in a way, or at least now they are, because everything was virtual. But for my 2 quarters of, actual university living, I was able to experience something I've never experienced before. Going into a university gives you a bunch of feelings and a bunch of just emotions. You walk in there and you feel like you're the dumbest person in the room, and then you say something and people are like, hey, actually that's a good idea, and you're like, oh, maybe I got what it takes to be here. Because at the end of the day, you got to realize you're there for a reason. And sometimes the professors that you have will push you and will really challenge your intelligence, and sometimes you might doubt yourself, but it's important for you to realize that you got what it takes, and it's also important for you to find people that are in the same boat that you're in, because that support group helps you make it. My first year at UCI, I was able to stay in the Academic Excellence Black Scholars House, There you go. And so I stayed with a bunch of African American folks, not even just African American, just African folks as well, like people that have family members that have migrated from places like Nigeria and Ethiopia and things like that. But what I'm saying is that having those people, they were my rock. They were my rocks. They helped me build a foundation so that no matter what happened at the university, I was able to stay strong. And being able to balance that is just being able to determine whether or not you have time for them and whether or not, you know, they can help you in terms of like, you know, achieving new heights academically. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
No, yeah. Brian or Suzanne?
Yeah, so for me, I learned early on, like I learned in middle school that teachers were basically a cheat code to your academics, cheat code to your academic career, really. You know, they're the ones who have, you know, the direct connection between you and your grade. And I remember back in middle school, I didn't have the best, I was a rowdy kid back then in middle school. I was a little bit rowdy, but, and I was still learning. And I used to think, oh, all the world revolve around me. If the teachers are wrong, teachers hate me, But I think I learned about in 7th grade that teachers are my biggest cheat code. And so going into high school, I never had one problem with a teacher. I had the best relationship, no matter if they were, you know, snarky or whatnot, because they had the best connection to my grade. And I want that good grade. So,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you got to kiss up, but hey, you got to do it for your grade. But, no. And I don't know, I kind of took advantage of my opportunities with my teachers and build a stronger relationship. You know, I talk about it a lot with my friends, but one of my favorite teachers of all time was my geometry teacher. You know, we were so close. He even came out to a play I did my senior year. And he helped me very much my sophomore year because geometry was the hardest subject I had to learn in math. And I hated every part of it. But the relationship we had definitely made that geometry year so much better. He made class fun. He was definitely a mentor towards me. And then my second favorite teacher of all time was my Spanish teacher. My junior year Spanish teacher. She was just a ball. She was so much fun. And both those teachers really took time to get to know me, took time to help me out, took time to, like, they went out of their way to help me. And that just helped me in the long run. And from everything that I've gotten from high school and whatnot, I took that on with me to college. You know, even though in school, you know, we were online the entire year. I stayed in full communication with every single professor. You know, my first year, I had an English class, I had a theater class. What else did I have? I had a university studies class. I was in full communication with all of them. Even my math teacher, she was a handful, but but I definitely stayed on her good side. Big tip to just, you know, go attend office hours. Show that you're willing to put in the work. If they know that you're willing to put in the work, they will be willing to put in more work for you, more than they usually put in for their students. You know, because they have hundreds of students a day. So, you know, I always stay connected with them. And even I went even as far as reaching out to them months before the semester even started. You know, when I signed up for classes, and once I've been locked in for that class, you know, I'll email them right away. Hi, I want to get to know you. I'll be your student this upcoming semester. You know, they're the biggest cheat code to my grades, biggest cheat code to my academic career, biggest cheat code to my success. And I've always kept that mindset going into school, you know. And you'll be surprised. They will help you if you're struggling with something and you show that you're putting in the work. They'll help you. So it's just I've always looked towards my teachers as mentors within each subject, and it's just really helped me get ahead in my in my life, really.
Samantha?
Like Ryan and Anne were saying, we all have had like the one or two teachers or a few that have helped us like shape our mindset on a certain like subject matter. For me, it was like language arts / English. I didn't like language arts for a long time because I struggled a lot with reading and like spelling and like pronouncing certain words. So like I just was like, oh my god, I'm taking English, like I don't want to take English. But then like I had a language arts teacher my freshman year of high school, and she helped me shape my perspective on that. And I still, till this day, I reach out to her to see how she's doing and like things of that nature. And especially when it comes to like us being college students, like not all teachers really take it seriously, but you also have those professors that are always willing to lend you a helping hand for like certain assignments or X, Y, and Z, and even like just guidance in college in general, because I always remind myself that they were us before they became professors and teachers and instructors. And so it's like they know how we are feeling or what we're stressed about or what questions we may have for them. And so it's just building that trust and relationship with that one or a few professors that you have.
Yes. I think it all seems like when we do like have these relationships with our teachers, we kind of allow it to impact us in a positive way and like still impact our academic journey. And for me personally, I would have to say the same. I think a lot of relationships I've had with my teachers have done exactly that. Like they've allowed me to feel comfortable asking questions or just feel more comfortable in whatever subject it was that I was studying. And for me, I had two teachers that had the biggest impact in my life, and that was my AP bio teacher, which you would not expect, I don't think, and my AP Spanish teacher. My AP Spanish teacher has always been like family to me because I had her for 2 years, so I always felt like she was kind of like Ryan said, a mentor in a way, because she would always push me, and she's like, you don't have an A, what's going on? Like, why aren't you focusing? You're talking too much about class. And you know,
Exactly.
some people are like,
this.
yeah, but she knew, I think, my potential, and she didn't want me to drive off focus, you know, and it really encouraged me to stay grounded and focus in my academics. My AP bio teacher was the same way. She was a little more real with it, and she would like call me out in class because I was pretty talkative. She's like, you are not, like, if you keep doing this, you are not going to pass your AP bio test, all this stuff. But she would also be there to like, Aaron is looking like you're a teacher.
I just couldn't.
Aaron is like, what's going on?
I couldn't imagine that. Just like a teacher being like, you're not going to pass this class. I'm just like, excuse me?
Well, no, I mean,
Like,
yeah.
hey.
I mean, honestly, though, it was kind of like a hard love, you know what I mean? Like, it was beneficial for sure for me.
Oh, yeah.
I'll explain why.
Okay, go ahead.
But she was, because I really was, like, I low-key was kind of slacking in that class as well. Because I was talking so much, like, and AP Bio is not a subject you're interested in. Like, it just isn't. I do not care about the ecosystem. Like, I simply don't.
People that get
Exactly.
you through the
And
class
I
period.
remember at the end of my senior year, I had to take my AP Bio test. And this was when COVID happened as well. So I didn't even see her. Like, it was cut off in the middle. And I was like, wow, like, I'm not even going to see you for the rest of the year. And then when I went and took the AP Bio test and I got my score and it was a 5, I was like, I told you. I was going to do it. So in a way, she kind of pushed me, you know, allowed me to, like, reach my full potential and really encouraged me to actually reach it. So that's how I was able to deal with my relationship, even though at times it was, like, discouraging. And I was like, why are you, you know...
Yeah. No. The reason why I do that is because you just reminded me of a teacher that I had. So this particular teacher was a English teacher, and I had her for my freshman year. I didn't have her my second year, but I would come by and like talk it up. I had her my third year or my junior year for AP seminar, and then I had her my fourth year for AP Lang, I think, because our school was switched. We took we took AP Lit first, which was really weird.
Yeah, that
and
is.
not a good idea at all.
It's more difficult, a lot more difficult.
Exactly. This is like they threw me into the deep end, but I was ready for when Lane came around. But she, I got it. But throughout the entire high school career, she would dictate my like how I would write. She's like, when I first walked into our freshman year, she was like, I can't hear your voice. Like when you speak, I see words, but I don't hear you. You know, when you speak to me, you present yourself a specific way. Where's your voice? My second year, I took her advice and I found that voice, and I would have her like read some of my stuff, and she's like, okay, I found your voice, but now you're being too nice. You need to be assertive. And I was like, okay, cool.
Nitpicky.
Yeah, no, she.
Wow.
Yes. Like I used to always get B's on my papers, but the thing is that whenever I would get an A, which was very rare, she was like, this is a legit college A. If you turn this in when you go to UCI or wherever you go, because she knew UCI was my dream school, she was like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? So she really helped me.
Encouraging, yeah. It's like tough love. Like it really helps you out to a certain extent. I mean, there's a difference between having those professors where you're like, you're literally just telling me I'm not going to succeed, and then having someone you know.
I had a teacher tell me that.
Yeah, well, you proved them wrong.
I sure did. I sure did.
But yeah, I think tough love definitely helps you out to a certain extent. School in general is tough, so every now and then you're like, I need that encouragement, but also like, please stop telling me what I can't do, because it's, you know.
Like, I already know.
Exactly.
I already know.
But since it is such a difficult, I think, journey overall, and I know some of our audience that may be watching, you may be a student as well. So I would like to ask you guys if you have any piece of advice or just final thoughts for any of the students that may be watching this that need that support, or just that, you know, those words of encouragement that are going through a hard time on their academic journey. What would you guys have to say for them?
Listen, man. Look, there's some teachers out there that are really great, that will mold you, that will help you, you know, that they will teach you some skills that you'll use for the rest of your life. But there's some teachers out there that will set you up, but they won't give you enough tools to build what you need to build. So I say, if you can teach yourself any subject, you know, if you really put your mind to it and you teach yourself that subject, you're the person. I was going to say the man, but we're being, you know, inclusive. You are that person. Nobody can touch you if you can teach yourself a subject. If you don't understand something and you talk to your friends and they help you out, which, you know, ask for help if you need to. But if you figure it out along the way, through the struggle, through the pain, and you come out on top.
You did that.
You did that. That's all you, man. Or woman or person. Sorry, my bad.
You did that.
You did that.
You did that.
Savannah.
Like Aaron was saying, like, you know who you are, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, and as much as you may have strengths, it's always good to work on those weaknesses because they can become strengths. And like, don't be discouraged if you receive tough criticism. Like we all were saying, those tough criticisms may hurt, they may sting a lot, but just like try to like take it as like, okay, like they're not doing this to put me down, but to like give me a challenge. If you know that, like, say science, like I hated science, like I'm sorry if you like science, that's great, I'm glad that's like your strong suit, but like I always tried to work hard whenever I took like any science class because I knew that was like not something I was good at. And so like focus on the things that you are having trouble with and take whatever you are good at and put that on the side because you know you can always go to that, or it's like the easiest thing you know you can like focus on. But yeah, just keep being you, ask for help. I have to say that like help is there, whether you are in high school, middle school, college, or whatever you're in school you are, there is help there. And so like don't be afraid to get that help.
Ryan?
I'm sorry, you're going to have to repeat that question one more time.
Yes.
Come through.
If you have any academic advice for any of the students or just words of encouragement for...
Advice? Gotcha. All right. First thing, like I said earlier, teachers are your cheat codes to success. Period. Teachers are your cheat codes to success. Period. Even if sometimes, like, if you don't understand what they're teaching, definitely go and use your time. Utilize your time wisely. Break. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice some of your break time or your lunches to go in and get that extra help. Or sometimes you go after school, or sometimes you go email them and say, hey, can I come in early to class and you help me out before we start class in the morning? Tips and tricks like that will definitely get you ahead. And I think it was said before, but it's super, super, super important who you surround yourself by. Are you surrounding yourself by people who will also bring you up, or are you surrounding yourself by someone or by a group of people who will bring you down? Excuse me. Luckily for me, I found a way to fit myself in a whole types of different groups. I can hang out with the nerds, I can hang out with the cool kids, I can hang out with the science kids, I can hang out with theater kids, I can hang out with film nerds. You know what I'm saying? I can maneuver myself in those. If you can be able to do that as also, that'd be really key. And I think Aaron said it before. If you can really learn to maybe you didn't say that. But no, I don't know what I was gonna say. But just really, if you want to get far ahead, you do have to be self-dependent. You have to make some sacrifices when it comes to your academic success. I've learned that some hard ways. I found out that the easy ways, but I'm still working on it. Should I go hang out with my friends, or do I really just study for this test? But I know this, but do I really know this? That bounces in my head a lot. But yeah, just that. And don't let anything get in your way. Don't let nothing bring you down to get in your way of your academic success. Because if that's, of course, if academics is not the way for you, of course, there's so many other avenues in life. But when it comes to school, and you really want to get far ahead in school and go get into that university that you always wanted to go to, or get that master's or PhD or doctor or whatever you want to do in life, just really work hard for it. Do what you need to do. Utilize all your resources as well.
100%. Honestly, they all really narrowed it down or hit it right in the nail. But the only thing I would say also is be your biggest supporter, be your biggest motivator when you are doing anything throughout your academic journey, whether it's specifically for your education, for your career, whatever it's for. Be your biggest motivator, and make sure what you're doing is for yourself and not to please others, but simply because you want, you know where you want to go in life and you're working towards that. So yes, thank you guys for joining us today, and thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to tune in on Facebook Live and corechurch.org on Wednesday, August 25th at 8 a.m., where we focus in on mental health. Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a good one. Have a great one.